First, I want to thank you all for being in attendance today on behalf of this occasion. If I can bring to your attention a scripture from the New Testament, the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 24 to 25. It states as follows. There was a wise man who had built his house upon a solid rock foundation. However, the winds and storm had descended upon that house, trying to destroy that house. It beat upon that house violently, but because the house was founded upon a strong foundation, it could not overtake the house, and the house stood after the storm. In my life, I have had good and bad days. Some days even wanted to throw in the towel and quit. However, because of my solid foundation, I was able to withstand. Today, I would like to tell you all how my life is like a foundation that was built upon a solid rock, and the storm had come through and beat upon that house. But because of my foundation, I was able to withstand the storm. In life, we're all going to have to establish ourselves at some point. And the first thing to do to establish yourself is to have a solid foundation, key principles to build your life upon. If not, the storm will toss you to and fro. Now, I'm pretty sure that most of you all have seen a house foundation in some fashion, shape, or form in your life. I can attest to that. If a house is not built upon a solid core foundation, it is liable to fall. I worked with my uncle in construction for about 10 to 12 years of my life, and I had quite a bit of experience with it. Today, I would like to tell you how my life is like a house that was built on a solid foundation for three main reasons. First, it is the foundation of my youth. These were the things that were instilled in me as a child. Secondly, I will talk about the house itself. A house or an individual. In life, you will have success and accomplishments. The third and final thing I will be talking about is the storm. In life, we're all going to have to endure storms, trial, and tribulation. Now that I've told you guys about my first 2 points, so let's begin with the first point. And this is my foundation in my youthhood. In my youthhood, the principles that were instilled in me was those as integrity, respect, love, loyalty, work ethic, and most of all, love. That's a good characteristic to have. For example of this, I can remember a time in high school when most of the students would disrespect the teachers, maybe because they felt as though they were older. However, I did not. I always carried myself in a positive manner by respecting those who are in authority, by saying yes and no sir and ma'am. And it carried a long way in life for me. And till this day, it still brings me success. Now that I told you all my first point about my foundation in my youth, let's start with my second point. And my second point is the house itself. Let me give you all a brief insight about a house. A house can tell you a lot about a person's personality and character. And these things can be derived from the type of furniture someone has, the pictures on their walls, upholstery, different fabrics, colors, the vibe of their house. And I'm pretty sure that most of you all after graduating, you will have some type of display of your college degree in your homes. Not your living room, your trophy room, somewhere when friends and family come over. You can show it off, something that you're proud of. For example, in my life, throughout my elementary to high school years, I've had innumerable amount of successes. First, I was part of the National Honor Society. Not many people can say that. Secondly, I won 3 consecutive years in a row of men and high voice singing. And thirdly, I received, after graduating from high school, a full ride athletic scholarship to a university. Most teenagers dream, especially young men. But in life, what I did not know with success, following comes trial and tribulation, which leads me to my third and final point, and that is the storm. Something about a storm. Some storms come unannounced, unknowingly, unexpectedly. We don't see it. Whereas some come with signs. However, the storm that I was to be faced with did not come with any signs at all. Transitioning from high school to college was a big thing for me. I was faced with peer influence, peer pressure. I realized quickly that a lot of college students were involved in a lot of sex and drug-related activity, and I would say that I had my part in a few things that I shouldn't have been involved in. However, because of my foundation, I was able to endure the storm. In conclusion, I want to say that in life, life and a house with a foundation have a lot of things in common, and those things are, for one, a foundation. Both will need a foundation to build upon. Secondly, both will have success and accomplish a lot of things in life. And thirdly, the final thing is, both in life will have storms that they will have to endure. However, we must remember that you must have a solid foundation to endure storms, because they will come, they're inevitable. And I hope today that you guys have gained something from this speech. The first thing, we must build a solid foundation, key principles to build up in life, because storms will come. And in life, we're all going to have success at some point, but we must always remember, after success, trial and tribulation will come. And I'm going to close by a quote from the ancient Bishop of Rome, who stated that if you wish to rise, first begin by descending. If you wish to build a tower that pierces the clouds, first start by building the foundation of humility. Thank you, guys.